So just a few words before we're going to go into this session demo. As I mentioned before, the diaphragm is a dome-shaped muscle which attaches to the lower ribs and also to your spine. So it's a dividing membrane between your upper chest cavity and your lower abdominal cavity. So all of the energy that comes up from your pelvis has to move through the diaphragm to get to your heart. If we're sensing that there's danger to feeling, danger of expressing our feeling, we will be diminishing our breath and we will be contracting the diaphragm to stop ourselves from feeling. So this is what happens. This is also the area of the third chakra, which is your personal power. So when we explore this area of our body, the issue of power, of your own personal power, giving your power away to be liked, to be accepted, to fit in, it starts to come up to the surface. So we did an exercise this morning where you explored a bit the tension in your diaphragm, and you already saw that there's so much is held there. So the moment we allow this sexual energy arise, we allow it to come through the diaphragm into the heart, and also the energy of the heart move down to the sex. This is when the healing starts to happen. Okay, so let's see what's happening for you. So what made you decide to be a model for this session? What's coming up for you? What's at the surface?
This morning I woke up feeling ridiculously nauseous, like I wanted to vomit. And I can feel it's all stuck in here. This has always been the place for me that has always felt blocked, always tight, always tense. And I'm really wanting to start to explore my sexual energy and, like you say, bring that into my heart because I've never experienced that before.
Okay. Let's experiment, let's play with this. You ready to move into the session? Okay. So I will go directly into the session, and there's no need too much for the dialogue with this, and I will show you some techniques that we use to open up this area so the energy can actually travel. So the first defense layer is the belly. So the energy needs to move through the belly to get through the diaphragm to get to the heart. So I would like to start today with the TRE, with the knees vibration. So as I mentioned and keep mentioning that when we bring the vibration into the pelvis, we shake up the foundation. And anything, if you shake it for a while, it starts to become loose. So the density, the constriction that's been held there starts to, little by little, starts to become softer. So we want to allow this vibration now to start to come up from the pelvis into the belly. So the belly has a chance to relax, and it can allow the energy to move up to the diaphragm and even higher to the heart. So I want to start the session with the TRE and just breath before I go into any techniques to support the opening here. So with the TRE, we support the person to bring the heels a bit closer, the soles of the feet together. And we slowly, very slowly start to move the knees closer until we find a place where there's some tremoring happen. When we find this place, we stay there and allow this tremoring to grow. This is the point. So already you see for Liarna, she found this place. And I want to support her to bring it even a couple of centimeters closer. It will be even more prominent. As the vibration starts to increase, we want to slowly start to bring the knees little by little a bit closer. So you bring it about a centimeter closer and you again pause. So vibration will be even more. Yeah. So after a while, when it starts to again to grow, you again bring it about a centimeter closer and again you pause and let it grow bigger. You feel this tremoring here? So the tremoring starts to happen in the inner thigh and it goes into the pelvic floor. And after a while, if we allow it, it will start to come up into the lower belly and even higher until it comes into the diaphragm. And if we allow it, it will take over the whole body. The whole body will start to vibrate. The whole midline, and as well as the shoulders, will start to shake. So now as you keep allowing yourself to vibrate in the lower part of the body, you can relax your jaw, relax your neck. Yeah, so I adjust her neck a bit so it's more natural curve of the neck. And you can start to fully breathe, deep connected breathing. So we bring the charge up in the lower part of the body, and the breath starts to bring the energetic charge in the body. So we kind of approach it from both ends, from the top and the bottom. So I let her stay with it for a little while, so the vibration can grow and grow, and she can get into it. And vibration starts to grow because the muscles that hold our legs in this position, they start to get tired, and the vibration starts to set in. The knees want to fall apart when the muscles get tired, but we don't let them. That's why this movement starts to happen. Already you see that the vibration slowly starts to build, so I'll help her a bit now to get it even higher. So I just bring it a centimeter or two closer and it starts to get even more prominent. So I want to ask you, Liarna, to relax your belly so you can feel this vibration starts to come up even higher into your sex center, into your lower belly, into your entire belly. Well, already you can see that it's happening in the belly. use my resonance, I tune in, yeah, and I also observe how the breath is moving in her body. Yeah. So now I invite you to tune in, to use your own resonance, and to observe, and I want to hear your feedback. What do you pick up? Pick up the mic.
The energy is moving in her hands, and it's almost as if she wants to receive something with this one hand. I can feel the energy also starting to move up her arms.
Yes, it does happening, but at the same time, she's stiffening up there. Yeah, she's not allowing. This is very unconscious. I need to control myself. Otherwise, I'll claw at somebody. Yeah? And I have to curb my energy. What else? What else do you pick up?
Some blockage around the diaphragm and chest is not moving very slowly.
Yeah. So most of the movement that with the breath happens, belly rises. Yeah? So now when the vibration is really picked up to this degree, I want to come in with the touch. So in your manual, we describe the levels of touch. Usually when you come to somebody, you don't just go straight for their body. Yeah? You tune in first, you make your presence known, you come. The first level of touch is intention. What do you want to achieve with your touch? Where do you want to touch? Yeah, the second level of touch, you come into their energetic field. So now I'm in her energetic field, I could feel it physically, I could feel the heat of her body. She probably feels the heat of my hand, the presence of my hand there. The third level of touch is that you actually make the physical touch. And then the fourth level of touch that you can go in with the pressure. So I start with her lower ribs. Our focus today is on opening the diaphragm. So the energy from the pelvis, which we're awakening, and it's already quite awake, has a chance to move through to the heart. So I start with the pressure on the ribs. So when she breathes out, I go in with the pressure. So I never press down onto the ribs, it's more to the side. Because it's easy to crack a rib if you're pressing down. So what we achieve with this pressure on the ribs, that we bring flexibility to the intercostal muscles, which also become frozen due to trauma. The chest becomes not movable. So the diaphragm wants to move, the diaphragm wants to open up, but if the ribs are not moving, it has no chance. So now I feel I can go in to the diaphragm. So you wait until the person starts to breathe out, and you go in with your fingertips under the ribs. And right away I get the response. Another way that you can do it, you can do it with the edge of your hand. And then I go towards the back, yeah, where the attachment of the diaphragm as well. And close to the spine. And if you're going into the right side, you're going into the area of the liver. Yeah, and that's organ that stores anger in the body. Our liver gets affected of repressed anger, gets affected by repressed anger. And right away you noticed just a bit of a stimulation in this area. The movement of her body changed. So I stimulate a little bit and then I give space for this energy to move through. So I don't always have my hands on her. Give them chance to release, give them chance to explore.
Fucker.
Yeah.
Shit!
Yeah, breathe in. Yeah. You can see even how the color of her skin changed. There's a charge of energy that poof, all of a sudden got released. So I'm observing where this charge is being stuck, and I go to that part of the body to support it so it can move through. You could see her neck is going back, so it's contracting. I go back there so I can support her release it. So you notice there's a lot more openings start to happen here. And I see that the shoulders are still kind of holding on. So I support her to bring the movement there as well. So you can press into your heels, Liarna. Yeah. So I see that there's movement in the pelvis. I want to support that. How to support the movement of the pelvis and at the same time keep the belly relaxed is to press into the heels, to instruct the person to keep pressing into the heels instead of using abdominal muscles for this. Yeah? So belly remains soft, and this movement has a chance to affect the entire spine, including the neck. So there's a flow of energy happens from the pelvis all the way through the entire body. Yes, yeah, really relax the jaw. So I use a bit tapping with my fingers, and that's a stimulating technique for the nerve endings to bring the attention to this area, and all of a sudden the breath starts to travel. And I constantly observe, where do I need to go to support this opening? Because it shifts throughout the session, it shifts to different areas of the body. Something opens, something else contracts to prevent the release. So I'm always moving through different parts. The important feeling of rage that's been suppressed, repressed by locking the diaphragm now has a chance to come up. Yeah, move your jaw a bit. Yeah. So you can unlock. Yeah, move it a bit.
The breath still comes in.
There's another level that it can open more. But it's already so important that she's getting in touch with this power that she has. Yeah, she did not allow herself to feel it up to now. To some degree she had, just knowing her and observing her in previous sessions. But each time I feel that she touches on it, she allows a little more. Because the container is created that she can be with this without being overwhelmed. At this time I'm using both points for the lungs in the front under the clavicle and at the top of the shoulder. Keep allowing the jaw to unlock. Now the breath is opened even more to a further degree. Yep. So it's important to keep coming back to the areas which we already covered, the face, the throat, the neck. Because as I mentioned before, once the body starts to release, it's the top belts of tension that want to prevent a spontaneous release. So we need to keep coming back to them. Keep clearing this path so the energy has a chance to move through clearly. And if you tune into her right now, you could feel that this is a connected expression. She's in it. She's connected to what's happening. She's not losing herself. So I encourage her also to bring her attention to the movement of energy that comes from the pelvis to the heart. Yeah, fully breathing into the heart. Yeah, connecting. So in a session we can move through a range of sensations and emotion, from rage to fear to pleasure, to love, to hate, again to pleasure, again to rage. So we cover pretty much everything until we come to a place of complete opening and relaxation, that we can be with any experience without disconnecting from it. That's the beauty of it. Yeah, the beauty of creating a healthy, strong container. Allow it to move into your heart. Allow it, yeah? Let yourself feel the softness. What? No, I'm not charging. I'm not supporting her to charge. I'm supporting her to stay with her experience, to allow herself to feel. Yeah, and the moment I asked her to bring her attention to her heart, the tears came, because she allowed this energy to flow from the pelvis. We opened this area. It can still be opened more, but we cannot achieve everything in one session. We achieve as much as we can, but to a degree it's already a big difference. So I stay here with my touch to keep her attention to this place of her body. And even her movement indicates that this energy is moving up and then she's surrendering to it. Yeah, you could see that. Like I point out, she's now dropping into the sensations of pleasure. She's dropping into sensations of pleasure and joy. Yeah? Enjoying her body, enjoying her energy, being present to it. Most likely enjoying just the process of breathing, the free flow of breath.
From where I sit here, it still looks like the breath is very much in her abdomen and not so much in the chest.
Yeah. Can happen more, that for now this is enough, but in the session that the person keeps coming back for a session, we keep exploring until it's a complete full opening. Yeah? So for now is enough. And then we move on into the session later. she'll have a chance again to go deeper with it. So it will be another layer of opening, another level of going deeper. So she's really enjoying now. You could feel the smile is there. She's enjoying the breath. She's enjoying her body.
And she's present.
And she's present. You could feel that there. The vibration of presence is there. Yeah. So little by little, the movement becomes less and less until she comes into a place of full relaxation, total relaxation. And when you're working with somebody that in a session, you need to really allow them to be there for a while. So time for integration can be there. Yeah, so the body can fully relax, so the system, after it's been activated, after something's been released, the whole system, all of the systems of the body have a chance to completely relax. Yeah, that's resourcing. Now you can face them for a moment. Do you want to say a few words about your experience?
Yeah, I had this like feeling of being so trapped. Like I had this cement layering my being. Oh, and I feel so free. My body feels alive and free and mine. And love.